Hello guys, and welcome to the first video of my channel. So my name's Darren, and I've been keeping fish for about 10 years. I've recently got back into hobby because I said I've been in and out of fish for about 10 years. So I've recently got back into the hobby. I moved into this house about 2 months ago, and the first thing I wanted to do was build a fish room, which has caused a bit of an addiction. So this YouTube channel is more about me vlogging my process and bringing some new youth into the hobby, and people just want to follow the progress. We are going to try and breed lots of fish. I currently have a lot of young fish that I need to mature before the breeding process. So less of me talking, and we'll get straight into showing you what tanks I've got at the moment, the processes of what I've got, and what's going to happen during this channel. So here I have a Fluval 200 litre, and this is homed by two sailfin plecos that I've always had. There's two of them in there, there's one at the back over there. Also, this is the Livebearer tank. We've got some aquatic plants up there at the top, so the babies have got in some cover when they're very young, so then they survive the adults. Generally the adults in this tank don't eat the young because they're that used to them being in there and they're well fed. But in this tank we have guppies, mollies and platies, and as you can see it's absolutely covered with babies as well. And this is filtered by a Fluval 306, which is down there. And that does a very good job at keeping all the waste, nitrates and nitrites out. Because like I say, when I do water testing, it's pretty much nil. I use zeolite and that sort of good stuff to make sure there's nothing bad in the water for these guys. And they always think they're getting fed, because as soon as I do this, they'll walk them to the top, and they always think they're getting fed. So next tank is a dual tank. This is 250 litres I believe, and at the moment we've got 6 bristle nose plecos in here, one albino pleco which I rescued because the owner didn't have a big enough tank, and he wanted it to have a better life, so it came over to me. So it's got this a bigger area for it to swim. We've also got Colombian ramzone snails in here, irregular ramzone snails, trumpet snails, black trumpet snails. So like I said, this has got a lot of snailness going off in here. We've got 16 neon tetras and also 9 zebra danios, which we're going to try and grow these guys up and get those bred as well. So over here we've got another Fluval tank, and in here we have 12 angelfish. Now when these guys are growing up, they're not all staying in here. This is just a process where you have to grow them up so then they start to pair off so we can breed them. This is the patience time of it though, so I say we're waiting for these guys to grow up and pair off, and they are absolutely beautiful. And they're just growing up on bloodworm and high protein foods and whatnot. This is filtered by an off brand, so this is I've actually got a brand. It does a pretty good job of doing its job, getting all the water clean and whatnot. Yet again, it's just sponge filters, zeolite and all the good stuff to make sure these guys are got no problems with the water. That Jewel one is also filtered by a U4 filter by Fluval, which they're really great filters. Going over to the corner, we've got another dual tank. This is a corner tank, and this is 300 litres. And in here we have a lot of different species of barbs, so rosy barbs, tiger barbs, albino tiger barbs, green tiger barbs, and then we've got a few species of catfish in here. So I'm not sure of the exact names. I know I've got albino corridors, bronze corridors, and a couple of different types. I'm not exactly sure the name, these sort of guys here. So if anyone knows the name of those, just put a comment down there. I'm sure I'll update that by the time the video goes out. So up here we have some 10 litres, and I've actually bred the bronze corridoras, and there's about 50 fry in here. I don't know, I'm not sure if you guys can see this very good, but there's actually 50 fry of bronze corridor in here. They generally like to hide in the moss. Like I said, these guys aren't staying here. Once these are grown up, I'll show you where they go in. In this one right here, we have my black worm culture. I feed the fish. So once a week, I'll come in and mix all this gravel up just to make sure they keep splitting, so then we've got plenty of live food. Dania, we've got like the green water, daphnia and whatnot in there, so that's another source of live food. And then this is my project that I'm sort of doing in the shed. So this is where it gets exciting, guys. So you can see the light in the door. And this is where it gets a bit crazy. So in here we have another 8 tanks, I believe. Yeah, 8 tanks. So you've got 3 on this side and 5 on this side, because these 2 at the top are split in the middle. So this isn't set up yet. We're going to get there. These are going to be like grow out tanks, or when the angelfish split off. Maybe we might even do a discus down the line, I'm not sure yet. But the corridoras are going to go in here at some point next week, just so I can grow them out. Like I say, it's been a while since I've actually got this energetic about the hobby. So we are actually going to do a lot of projects and get a lot of breeding going off, and I just want you guys to follow the journey, basically. I have got one more tank to show you, which is inside the house in my living room, which is one of my favourites. So I'll be back in a moment. So there you have it. Now there's a lot of tanks upstairs, they're empty as well, that I don't have any water in or filters in and whatnot, and no fish obviously, but they're not fully set up yet. They're just all like all over the place waiting for me to set up. Like I say, in the shed we've got loads in there that are not set up. The corridors are going to go in there. So most of all, guys, just let me know what you want to see. Generally I don't have a budget for this sort of thing, it's one of them hobbies, so if I see something I like, I just chuck money at it. I've been in this house now for about 2 months, and this is 2 months of progress. But I just wanted to vlog my process, and then like who knows where we're going to be in 5 years time. Hopefully I've got lots of fry. I can start making a bit of an income off this. At the moment it's at the stage where we're not making money off it yet. We're going to have to grow the fish up and mature the fish and learn as we go, because like I say, I'm no expert when it comes to breeding. I've done a bit in the past when I was younger, zebra danios, corridors, that sort of thing. They're quite easy. Angelfish, discus, that sort of thing I want to get into. So keep watching if you want to see all that, guys, and we'll both learn as we go along. Thanks for watching, guys.